Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So the battle of the streaming platforms has continued with a lot of people leaving Twitch for their new competitor Kick. Now, for those who don't know, Kick is essentially a clone of Twitch. It's basically Twitch with a green slab of paint on it. It functions basically the same, except for the fact that Kick offers content creators a 95-5 split of revenue versus Twitch, which is 50-50. Now, as soon as Kick has began to gain speed and momentum and is actually catching up to Twitch, a lot of content creators, and in particular VTubers, are boycotting Kick for a whole host of reasons. They are claiming in threads like this that you're selling your soul by going over to Kick and that you don't support minority groups and things like that because there's a few hateful people that exist on Kick, as if that's not a issue that every single platform has, including places like Twitter where this thread exists, but nonetheless. However, over the past couple of days, things have gotten much more serious with this whole Kick debate because they are making some big moves. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. They signed XQC, Twitch's biggest streamer, for a $100 million contract for 2 years. That's $50 million a year. XQC has a bigger contract than LeBron James right now. That's how big this contract is. And much like in my previous videos talking about Kick, it's inevitable that when you see moves like this, VTubers and other content creators are going to forsake their morals and their moral grandstanding to join Kick to get better payment. But not everybody's on board, and we're seeing a situation that it honestly just dawned on me as I was making this video. We are dealing with a Hogwarts Legacy 2.0 situation. It is the sequel, ladies and gentlemen. People, in particular VTubers, are going out and canceling their peers for simply testing the waters and seeing if Kick is a better option for them. And the biggest target of this new harassment campaign is Zentreya. So she has been testing the waters and stating that she might go out and attempt to stream on Kick. And unfortunately for her, she is getting absolutely blasted by some of her peers. Let's read this tweet right here. It says, "People are already trying to go after me for a small test stream. Kinda already knew that though, so it's okay. I know I was going to have to explain myself to everyone. I have already stated I wanted to expand into different platforms and test around. This doesn't mean I condone anything said on specific platforms. There are toxic communities on each platform. In fact, I am with you in terms of wanting these spaces to do better. The only way to make them better is to be there and be that better. And yes, I am doing my own thing, but my space will be safe for you always, all of you. My moderators and myself have always made that a priority, regardless of your feelings towards a certain site. I am trying to also stay afloat in these times because times are uncertain. What if Twitch went down and I have no other site to go to because I was too afraid to try it? Kick was just a test stream for me. I plan on also doing another stream on YouTube and TikTok and seeing how those go. But for now, of course, Twitch is still my main site. People were already telling me I don't owe you shit. I do though. I at least owe you a small explanation and only hope you understand." And honestly, this is very well said, very fair. In fact, this whole thing is unnecessary. She really doesn't need to explain herself, but she addresses all of the concerns. If you think Kick has a terrible, hateful problem, you can just avoid it in the first place, or you can go there and be a part of the positive change to that streaming service. But she's right. There's nothing unique about Kick, okay? There's hateful people on every single app. I mean, we're here on Twitter. People are making threads saying, don't go to Kick because there's hateful people there. Well, those same people, like Aiden Ross, for example, they're on Kick. They have Twitter accounts. They're right here on this platform too. Why haven't you boycotted Twitter? But ultimately, a lot of the issues in terms of how people are being treated has to do with moderators. It's the same thing on Kick as it is on Twitch. You are responsible for getting your own moderators, and they will take care of any sort of negative comments going on in your streams. Maybe that's unfair that streamers have to take care of that for themselves, but that's just the way things are. There's nothing unique about Kick in that aspect, and there's nothing wrong with someone like Zentreya testing the waters and going for a better financial opportunity. The 95-5 split is really, really alluring because after all, if you do this for a living, those things matter. Revenue splits matter. But she was getting some backlash, and she started getting around to it saying, I think also the most important part to me is making sure everyone is comfortable in my community. I'm listening and definitely am seeing you, and I will not be streaming on this site again until the concerns are resolved in the future so that you are all feeling safe. I'm so sorry for any distress this might have caused, and I'll do better on that. And it's sad because she had such a honest intention in her original tweet and the test stream, and then she's backing off here, and it's obvious that it was the backlash from her peers. And she was pretty much bullied into not streaming on Kick until whenever this is. You know, I'm listening and won't be streaming there until the concerns are resolved. Like, when will that be? Nobody's ever going to accept this situation. They're going to always point to Kick and say it's problematic. If they're doing it now, they're never going to take it back. And it's sad to see Zentreya and other VTubers bullied into basically taking a worse financial deal with Twitch because they're afraid of judgment from their peers for going to Kick. And of course, she was getting more and more hate, and it didn't seem to stop after even that post. So she made a $1,000 donation to the Trevor Project and St. Jude's Research. And of course, seeing someone give $1,000 to charity, how do you think the Twitter freaks responded? Well, it wasn't good enough. This person saying, that's not how this works. We're not your swear jar. There was a perfectly safe way for you and every single naive queer person who you convinced to expose themselves to that site to feel the water, and it was called listening to the critics. Yeah, we're not harassing you. We're criticizing you. We're educating you. Yeah. Apparently when you give $1,000 to charities, that's greedy bad intentions, and you should be shamed for giving money to charities, right? Yeah. Only Twitter freaks can actually get mad about charities gaining money from someone who's basically being bullied into feeling bad about taking a better financial opportunity. But I've noticed a whole host of Twitter freaks coming out of the woodwork. Like I said, this is Hogwarts Legacy 2.0. It is the exact same feel. There is a large number of VTubers, mostly VTweeters, who are going around blocking and harassing their peers for simply expressing their interest in Kick. Not even streaming there. It's much like how Pikami was harassed for simply expressing her intent to stream Hogwarts Legacy. That's the same thing here. People even saying like, oh, I'm just creating a placeholder account on Kick to secure my name. They're getting harassed. But let's read this tweet right here. It's great. Y'all's latest fave streaming on Kick isn't cute. And I can't wait to see y'all rally to defend her, referring to Zentreya, because I'm going to block every single person who does. This is the exact same reasoning people used during the Hogwarts Legacy situation. You knew what Kick was, and you still tested the waters. You had a statement prepared, and on top of that, you even pulled out of your back pocket, and then you donated it to an organization to show you're not like them. This is sickening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is sickening when a person is harassed for simply wanting to stream on another platform and then gives money to a charity. It's sickening when people give to charities, dude. Literally, these people are stuck in the Hogwarts Legacy harassment campaign. It's never changed. It's really just shifting the playing field at this point. They're going to treat this the same exact way as playing Hogwarts Legacy. You're going to get called transphobic, hateful, and all these things for simply looking at Kick. And there is absolutely nothing unique about Kick in terms of having hateful people on their platform. There are hateful people on every single platform, and I don't understand what's unique about this. But let's look at some more tweets. So this one right here says, I just want to say this. If that 95-5 split is the only reason you're going over to Kick, then at least it's good to know that you'll throw marginalized people under the bus for a bag. There is no amount of money they could offer me that would make me compromise my morals. Like, I would rather be on YouTube or Twitch because at least I know those platforms aren't owned by a dude who is an anti-Semitic transphobe with links to Nazis and is the yes man to a sex trafficker, which, of course, we know who the reference there is. But this whole thing is absolutely insane to me. So you're literally here on Twitter making this thread, which is owned by Elon Musk, who I'm assuming people like this would think is a transphobe and a terrible person, but you're fine tweeting here every single day but going over to Kick is bad because Aiden Ross is involved. Like, I don't understand how those things are any different. Oh, that's right, because you couldn't live a day without tweeting 50 times a day, because that would be the end of your life, essentially. But this thing is so funny. Like, yeah, it's easy to say you wouldn't sell your morals and you'd rather be on YouTube and Twitch when you're a pre-debut VTuber. You haven't even streamed yet. Of course it's easy for you to say where you would stream because you don't have any investment in streaming because you don't actually make content other than making a bunch of tweets. But moving on from that, there was more. People were angry at Kenji for this tweet, saying that basically it's okay to go out and test the waters. And he's, of course, referring to Zentreya and all the harassment she's receiving. So it says, so those of us who are rightfully calling people out for streaming on Kick after repeatedly saying we won't support people who stream on there are grandstanding nerds. People really bending over backwards to defend Zentreya. Why are you censoring Zentreya? What is she, like Voldemort? You can't say her name? People are so weird. This is like multiple layers of hiding, right? They didn't quote retweet this. They took a screenshot of his tweet so it wouldn't be seen by Kenji. And then they're censoring Zentreya so they won't show up in a search for Zentreya on Twitter. Like, please, my God. But this whole grandstanding nerds giving me the same vibe as when Turfvale said Twitter freaks. Y'all are literally stuck in the Hogwarts Legacy harassment campaign. It hasn't changed. It's just continued. And honestly, grandstanding nerds, I like it. I'm going to add that to the vocabulary, everyone, and you should too. Grandstanding nerds, Twitter freaks, it's evolving. We got multiple phrases to use now, guys, and I'm glad this person pointed it out because I never would have even noticed. But one last tweet here. This VTuber saying, at this point, if I see you streaming on Kick, you're gone. I don't give a F. I'm genderqueer, and queer is F in general, and I don't need but my crypto gambling money, F you, F off. And of course, they're quote retweeting over this Kick application, which says how many genders there are. This is obviously a doctored screenshot. Like, let me put you this way. If you are trying to cancel Kick for being such a hateful, terrible place, you shouldn't have to refer to photoshopping images to try to make them look bad. You should be able to just share clips and other images that show that Kick is so hateful. Like, if it's out in the open so much as these people are saying, then show it. I don't understand. And you know what? Even if you do show some, like, yeah, there's going to be harassment. People are on Kick. If there's people on a platform, there's going to be some negativity and hatefulness going on. There is absolutely nothing unique about Kick. There's plenty of hateful, terrible people on Twitch. I mean, some of the faces of Twitch, for example, there's people who have abused animals on stream. There's people who have been alleged to be domestic abuse perpetrators, and they're still the faces of Twitch. They don't care over at Twitch. They're about money too, just like Kick is. The only difference is Kick is actually providing more for content creators. And honestly, this is not going to be a flashbang. It seems like Kick is really investing, and they're going to be here for a while. And I'm no Kick shill. I'm just saying the obvious. They're giving a better share to content creators. They're making big moves, signing XQC and other people like that. They're making a stay for it. And honestly, good. Good for Kick, good for everyone. And you shouldn't be bullied by these people for simply wanting to get a better opportunity for yourself as a streamer. It's absolutely sickening, and these people have absolutely no lives, and they have no investment in streaming because they're V-tweeters, and they don't make any content. It's easy to sacrifice and say don't go to Kick when you have no audience to move over there in the first place. But that's going to do it for this video. Please let me know all of your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.